You looking for me, you can find me at the barbershop. Pulling up to get a cut, bumping through the parking lot. I keep it clean, Rico's where I'm running to. If you in the city, then you probably gonna be coming to. Gang getting down, Red's getting down, Nick getting down, Ron getting down, just to name a few. Everybody blade on point. You trying to get fresh, I'm telling you this the joint. Hands down, top shop up in this vicinity. Promises age 9, LaRon been getting me. Temper on the side, I'm trying to grow out the way.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the K.O.S. Barber Club podcast, where we discuss the collection of wisdom on the science of everything in life. And we do so by interviewing our guests and seeing when they obtained the self-awareness and how they created the self-concept to be the person they are today. And with me today, I have a Miami legend that I've known for 20 plus years. And I've been in the parties, I've experienced it, so I know firsthand that this guy is a living legend. The DJ that we all know and love, DJ Entice.
What's going on? What's going on? I appreciate it, man. What an intro.
Yeah, I've been practicing all week, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it.
How you been?
I've been good, man. Just grinding, hustling, living life, enjoying it.
So like I was telling you, man, the podcast is pretty much us trying to show people, not show, but like share with them the experiences we had throughout the beginning till now to see how we got to the people we are today.
Right.
And I remember meeting you, this was like early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's when you and Effect started rocking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Effect, man, shout to Effect. Effect is
Yeah.
one of the reasons I'm a DJ.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember that. You guys used to share records.
Right.
And he used to be like, yo, I got to go take some records to Entice. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, let's go. Hairy-ass, like those heavy-ass crates.
Yup.
Wow.
Yeah, those
Back
were
in
the
the
days.
Yeah.
Those were the
That's
days.
when South Beach was South Beach.
Yeah, exactly.
And where were the other, Chili Pepper? I remember you guys used to
Oh, Coconut Grove.
The Grove
yeah,
and the beach.
Boss, it was like Chili Pepper, Bar 609.
You know what they have now? They have a craft burger and they have a daycare.
Wow.
Right there under the steps. You know where everybody used to bust their ass?
If they knew what used to happen there.
Exactly. We went to the theater that day with the family, and we passed by, and then my girl's like, "Oh, look, there's a daycare there now."
Right.
I'm like, "Wow, that's
crazy.
crazy." And they're like, "Why is it crazy?" And then we look at the kids, they're like, "You wouldn't understand."
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
These days were crazy.
Yup.
But yeah, let's see. Let's get to it.
Let's go.
What's your first conscious thought as a kid that you could remember furthest back?
First conscious thought, like
you were aware, like, of life and yourself.
oh man, that's a deep question. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's one you got to think about. Death.
Death. Wow, that's
Because I experienced death in the family very young.
How old were you there?
I was about 9 years old.
Okay, bet.
And it was, yeah, you had like a pet die, something like that. But, it was the first time experiencing like being at a funeral with a family member, seeing like family cry. And like, I remember not really understanding what was going on.
Yeah.
And then when I was like walking out and I see everybody breaking down in tears and like there's a coffin being carried, I was like, oh man. And I just started breaking down in tears and realizing like
Who was the person that passed away?
It was my uncle.
Oh, your dad or your mom's side?
On my father's side.
So it was tough, huh?
It was tough.
So he was like the godfather kind of.
He was kind of like a godfather. Yeah, he was always there,
Wow.
So.
Okay, and what feeling do you remember from that? Just sadness?
Just pure like sadness and like finally understanding like I'm never going to see this person again. Like that's what this is. That's what's happening right now.
It's the end of that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
sadness, you think that built your character up as you grew and you got older?
I think it built a lot of my character and strength in a lot of, in a lot of situations because it at such an early age, it helped me understand like loss. So it helped me like going through life. Any losses I took, you knew like, all right, you got to get up, keep going. There's another day. You know what I mean? At
an early age.
Yeah.
So teenage years when you lost a lot, because that's when you're
yeah,
learning.
because the teenage years I was playing a lot of sports.
And you were losing.
So, a lot of that. Well, there was wins and losses, So, there was, it helped with all of that. You know what I mean?
All right. So elementary school was here in Miami?
Yes. Yeah, born and raised Miami, everything.
Everything Miami?
Yeah.
What elementary school you went to?
It was Pinewood Acres.
Okay.
It was a school way down south.
You liked it?
It's cool. It was different. You know what I mean?
This is in the 90s, so.
Yeah, no, this was, I was born in 82.
Okay.
So this was like late 80s, like early 90s. Yeah.
So out there was out there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then middle school, where'd you hit up in middle school?
So middle school, I went to Gulliver.
Gulliver. How'd you get into there? It's a private school.
Gulliver, yeah. So I got there. My father was in a good group of people, so he knew the right amount of people. And I was playing sports early, so I was granted half a scholarship for soccer back then.
Nice.
And then I started playing football and running track. So I was a triathlete. So then I got a full scholarship all the way through high school with Gulliver.
Wow. So you must have gone with like people that actually went to the league and stuff. Cause
God bless the dead, Sean Taylor.
Yes.
Yes, I played with Sean.
One of the best.
I was 1 year. I was a senior when he was a junior. So.
Wait, but he played everything. He played quarterback, receiver, running back.
I mean, Sean Taylor
all at the
was,
same time.
Listen, that man was a walking team.
Yeah, that guy's amazing.
In every sport he touched. Like
true athlete.
True athlete.
I hear a story about him that he used to run to school and he used to run home.
Yeah, and his dad like didn't like let him rest.
Yeah.
In a good way, you know what I mean? It wasn't, but he would, like, even after practice, like, we would all be, like, running to the locker rooms, take off our pads. We trying to leave. We coming outside trying to get to our cars. Sean's still out there running drills, and his dad and the coach. You know what I mean?
They knew it. This is the way out.
Yeah.
You got a gift. You got to go with it.
Exactly.
So on that topic, like, when did you discover music?
I think I discovered music. I mean, I always was into music.
Okay.
I come from a Brazilian French background. And, growing up, we always had the big parties at the house. So I always grew up. My dad always loved music, always played vinyl, like on a turntable that we had at the house.
Oh, and let me guess, you were a DJ.
Oh, man, he would get mad at me all the time because the quintessential DJ thing, I'd go and start scratching up the records and stuff. I still have so many of them on 45s and stuff, like French music.
You still have your vinyl?
My father's. A lot of mine that was from, like, clubs and stuff, I got rid of. Really? I donated a lot of it to Scratch Academy, actually.
Nice. That's nice. I was about to say, do you miss
when I
them?
transitioned, I was like, well, it's just taking up storage. It's nice to have.
There's value in that now, man.
There's value. But I did keep a lot of, like, the
essentials.
Exactly.
Nice.
I just donated a lot of, like, just the club, like, promo
doubles.
stuff. Yeah, the doubles.
I remember you guys
like
used to get it all the time, doubles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
we were just talking about how you used to, like, Effect, I need that record.
Right.
That record.
Right. But yeah, so, that, like, coming from that, always hearing music, always loving music. I was, around rock music, country music, jazz music, opera. So I started really enjoying music. And then it was about my sophomore year, a kid that went to school with me actually lived down the street as well. And he was trying to be a DJ. It didn't work out for him. So he was like, yo, give me $50, take what I got.
$50. I mean, back in those days, $50 was
for like for a kid, $50 back in like the 90s.
That was a lot.
It was a nice little, So he was like, yeah, just come grab everything. I took everything home. I started watching any video I could. I started going online. This is back dial-up internet, like AOL days. Yeah, AOL, MySpace days. So I'm going online trying to find DJs. Now, that's actually how I found Effect.
Nice.
Was through online, and like I was just like, yo, you're a real DJ, whoop whoop, and he started telling me about himself, and he invited me to help me get more into the game.
Yeah, because I remember you guys were building at that time.
Yeah.
The Effect was a little established. He was like,
he was a little more established at the time, right?
But he was ahead of the game because we were at the beach, so we had the connects. So
exactly.
you were still living down south.
Yeah,
right?
way down south. At that time, I lived more in Kendall area, though.
Damn, you used to drive all the way out there?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, so when you got that turntable, how'd you feel?
It was the coolest feeling ever.
Yeah?
Because before that, it was just listening to the radio, and this is when, like, Power 96 was big, and, I think, like, Jason the Mini Mix was on there, Zog, Def was on there, and this was the days when I was stop record on a cassette player trying to do my own mixes.
Yeah.
And then I got these turntables. They were trash. They were, belt driven, which makes them real slow if you try and
start somewhere.
Yeah. But it was the most amazing thing I ever did.
And you had a mixer and everything?
He gave me everything. It was a mixer.
So it was like an intro set.
Yeah. It was like a real beginner set. Like a real beginner set.
But yeah, I'm sure you made a lot of mixes with that.
A lot of mixes. That's a lot of hours not sleeping. My dad banging on the door. All of that.
So, like, when did you get that spark of like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
I think it was, transitioning from high school going into university. My sister was 4 years ahead of me.
Okay.
So when I went into high school, she was just going into college. And she got into kind of the promotions game, doing promoting like for clubs and stuff. She was working with Irie a little bit.
Okay.
And then she went into doing her own like marketing firm, which, you know, they were working for record labels, doing like, you know, going out sniping posters, giving out promo records, street team stuff.
Okay.
So she had a company of that actually with Irie. That kind of pushed me gaining a relationship with Irie.
Okay.
And I started going around 99 Jamz. This is when they were on the old off Palmetto and 37th.
Right off there, yeah, you can see the sign.
Yeah, which is like a funeral home now, I think. But
really?
Yeah. You know, crazy. It was a funeral home before that too. Before Jamz was there. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But you know, I started building a relationship with him, and then I got a scholarship to FIU to play football.
Okay.
I started attending because, you know, for that, you got to do summer classes coming right out of high school.
Okay.
So that I got onto their radio station at FIU through some contacts. And I think it was maybe a month into the summer when I started doing that. And I went to my coach. I said, man, you know what? I appreciate it, but football's not for me. I'm going to take this route. And he looked at me crazy.
So what conversations did you have with self? Because that's pretty much what we're talking about, knowledge of self. Like, people have options and choices, right? Throughout life. Like, you went to college to play at FIU. I mean, at this time, FIU is not how
this was their first year. This was the year they were starting the program.
They needed people.
Right.
And I'm sure you were playing. You were getting your time. What made that switch in your mind? Like, was it intuition? Was it more of like, this is too hard? Like, what is the conversation you had with self? It was the quickest, like,
thought of intuition, and the one that stuck the most was, what's more of a realistic future?
Okay.
And it was, granted, I'm going to FIU. I had been offered a few other scholarships for, Division II schools. So I was like, well, I'm not going Division I university. Chances of me being one of the guys that makes it pro star athlete, 1 in 10, 1 in 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you weighed the options.
I weighed the options. I said, plus, God forbid I get hurt.
Which happens a lot in football.
Happens a lot in football.
Yeah.
Career's done. Then you got to start from scratch again. And DJing was already starting to show promise.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I like this. I'm enjoying this. This seems like what is going to be what takes me further. Let's just see what happens.
Nice. And how'd you get the connects in college to the radio station?
Actually, through Irie. Because Irie was alumni of FIU.
Okay.
And he was on their radio station. He knew the guy that was running the station at the time. So he was like, I heard it, and I started meeting a couple of the DJs around campus.
Yeah.
And then Irie was like, oh, let me make a call. Hey, I got this guy, he's doing his thing. Check him out. Give him a shot. They gave me a late night opportunity. It was like a late night Monday night, like at midnight.
Hey, whatever you could take, right?
Hey, no problem. Come in, do my little own thing. I ran my own show. Started enjoying it, and I said, yeah, this is it.
Did you have maybe any doubt or fear at that time?
Fear of, am I gonna connect?
Exactly.
Are people gonna like what I do? Is this gonna, like, am I gonna have to try and start, like, am I gonna start over and over again?
Yeah, the doubt.
Yeah,
it seeps in
a lot, because a DJing, a lot of his popularity and talent,
And
so
Miami is not, it's who you know.
Exactly. Political, very political.
Very political.
So it was a lot of that. It was like, well, I'm fresh. I'm wet behind the ears right now. Am I ready for this? I don't know, because once you turn on that microphone,
it's on.
It might be one person, it might be 100 people, but someone's listening.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
no fear, just a little bit of doubt.
A little bit.
How'd you overcome the doubt?
I think it was, it was just mentally pushing myself to just fight it at first, and then you started getting those 1 or 2 callers here and there, somebody hitting you up or seeing you and be like, yo, I heard you. You're pretty dope. Yo, I like what you're doing. Encouragement. Nice. Completely.
So what do you think would happen if that wouldn't have occurred? You think you would have gave it up, or you would have still been consistent with it?
Man, it's hard to say.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's hard to say. I know my heart would have kept continuing to try.
Okay.
Until, till you get to that point where you're like, okay, how long is this going to...
football.
Yeah, how long is this going to take? Am I past my prime already?
Yeah, I asked because, again, knowledge yourself. The
Yeah.
podcast is about us trying to help people that have those doubts. Because
Right.
nowadays, I told you, I have a 16-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter, and I see them, like, give up on stuff. Like,
Yeah,
they're
even
like,
my 8-year-old daughter.
No. And then I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
Right.
They're like, nah, I don't want to do it. I was like, nah, you're going to finish.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, come on, Dad. I'm like, nah, man. And I noticed that, like, more and more people are just like, if it's not instant, they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to go through the hustle and
It's very
they don't
true.
realize that once you go through that long period of struggle, at the end, you're like, yes.
Well, you got to blame, I hate to say it, but you got to blame social media and stuff, right? It's like it gave so many people that idea of instant gratification.
Correct.
Correct. So people, it's like you said, they think it's supposed to be right away, instant. Like everything's supposed to come to you.
I think it's a mix of things. I
Yeah.
think it's that. I think it's like participation trophies. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that to me is like, what?
Man, I had so many of those, and I threw them all away. I was like, when I got older, I was like,
got rid
why
of
do
all
I
my
have
trophies.
these? Like,
I had
ribbons.
so many. I was
yeah.
like, why do I have these things? Like,
Right.
tossed them out. And my mom was like, keep them. I was like, for what?
Yeah.
Like,
It's funny.
you
I've
know?
seen some TV shows make fun of that, like,
don't
and
understand
it's
it.
very true.
It's
it
all of
defeats the
all these
purpose,
things
man.
mixed together. You get these type of kids in this genre. That's like,
Yeah.
in this era. That's not like how we are accustomed to. Like,
Right.
like hustle, work, hard work, integrity, and then you get the reward.
Exactly.
Now they just want the reward because they're them. Not cool.
Yeah.
At all.
I deserve it. Well, why, man? You don't know what it is to put in the work. Like, just in the DJ community is such a big issue.
Yeah, well, let's go there because I remember when you first showed up to the scene.
Yeah.
I remember going to the club and they're like, in fact, like, yo, this is Entice. I'm like, what's up, bro?
Right.
Yeah. And you were like, smile ear to ear, like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm in the game.
Yeah.
We had fun those days.
Right. We had a lot of fun those days.
How did you get into that scene? Just meeting Effect through Irie or?
Well, so, like I said, Effect I met online, and, he invited me to kind of like, he taught me the first techniques of scratching, and beat matching. Like he explained it to me, what BPM meant. You know what I mean? Because like I said, at a point I was lost in all this, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's beats per minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Beats per minute. But yeah, so he put me into a lot of that, and then the relationships like Irie and stuff like that, and then hustling, man. I would get a couple parties here and there, house parties here and there.
Yeah.
Started pushing. I tried to get into the mixtape thing a little bit, and just doing whatever you can to push your name out. Because at that time, we didn't have social media to push our
Just
name.
flyers.
We had MySpace. That was the biggest, like.
And not everybody
best.
had that because you got to have,
You had to have Tom as a
patience.
friend.
It was nuts at that time.
Yeah.
I remember that, man. I
Yeah.
remember all those days. And
It was
I
a lot
remember-
more hustle, a lot more, like you said, flyers.
Yeah, I remember
know.
Effect doing 2 to 3 parties a weekend and then having to carry those crates and
Yeah.
show up. And then he has to, like, talk to the promoter. And that was a mission. And
Yeah.
like, I always tell the story when I remember, I don't know what it was that I think Bone was there. And then you guys were opening up for Bone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the party was opening up. And then some static happened. And somebody brought out a gun. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, man.
You remember that?
Yeah. That's
I don't know.
crazy.
I don't know. You remember that? Day?
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, but I've had a few nights like that.
I was
So-
like, yo, what are you doing? It's like, yo, we're at a party. I was
Right.
like, wow.
Yeah.
This was
So,
nuts.
yeah, it was a Wild West out there
Yeah.
back then, man.
That's what I try to tell people because I tell people I'm from the beach. They're like,
Right.
oh, wow, man. I was like, no, it wasn't like
It wasn't like that back
It
then.
wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And people sometimes are like, yo, what do you mean? And I was like, nah, man, it was a Wild West. Like,
Right.
from 2nd Street to 21st,
Yup.
you would have your party.
Yeah.
Once you went a little bit west
Yeah.
or you went a little bit more south, it got crazy.
Yup.
Nuts.
Yeah.
So take us to that experience when you actually were like, okay, I'm in the industry now. I'm making the mixtapes. I'm partying.
Right.
Like, how did you adjust the self-concept to be like, all right, I'm going to keep pushing more for more? You know what I mean?
I think it was more, Irie had put me in conversation with Khaled.
Okay.
Because Khaled was looking for a DJ to kind of open up for him at all his events.
Was that a cameo or just all of them?
This was when we were doing, back at that time, it was called Crave.
Crave.
Which then was So Be Live, and now
Yeah.
it's like a Starbucks or something. But that was when he started doing Crave. He started doing the Saturday Party.
I remember that.
And he was looking for an opening DJ, and I was like, hey, I got this guy. Same thing again, you know.
Put you on again.
Give him a chance. You know, if you don't like him, you don't like him, but see what he does.
Nice.
And then I went in there my first night, and I remember when Khaled walked in the booth, he's like, you're my permanent DJ.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, so this is it.
I'm in
like,
the game.
this is it. I'm in the game now. And then, you know, from there I started opening up with Khaled, and that was when I was like, I got to seriously push for this. You know, I went invested in all the top equipment I could get at the time.
Okay.
You know, I started really putting effort into crate digging and looking for vinyl, because back then it wasn't go download the song or get it off Apple Music or Record Box. It was
There wasn't that many record stores either.
yeah,
There was one on
especially down
163rd,
here.
right?
Yeah, there was one on 163rd. There was one over here in Coral Way.
That was
There was a
it.
few, you know, there was a few, but a lot of it you
there
had
was-
to go searching, man. You had to go searching.
hours.
Yeah.
I used to do that with Effect. We used to be there like,
Yup.
and then he'll just walk out with one record. I'm like,
Exactly.
Are you serious, bro? He's like, oh, they didn't really have
Exactly.
anything. I was like, dude, we've been here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
What
But I
was-
got to that point and I started really pushing, you know what I mean?
And you really felt like this
I
is
felt
it.
like this was it, and that's when I started taking it really serious.
So when you took it seriously, was there any battles that you had to deal with that might have discouraged you to keep going? Or maybe, again, doubt?
A lot, you know, being young in the industry,
Yeah.
in the game, not really knowing. You have people here and there that are kind of like, you know, I had the Effects and Iris that I could come to.
But they were still learning
They're
as
doing
well.
they were doing their own thing, you know, and they were building their careers. So I couldn't always rely on going to them all the time. Hey, I need advice. I need this. I need that. You know. So there were those times, you know, you're getting, you know, crapped on by promoters. You're not getting paid.
That was the thing back in the day.
You know,
These
you're
promoters
getting
are grimy. man.
Yeah, you're getting the haters that are people are starting to talk negative about you for whatever reason. Oh, he got put on because he knows this person or because of this, or, you know. So it was those little things, and then learning, you know, being in the night, you know, doing the house parties and then going to nightclubs. That minute when you start seeing the dance floor clear out, like that worry, like, oh God,
What
like,
I gotta do? What I gotta do?
did I just ruin my career? Am I done? Like, are people gonna say I'm the worst DJ ever? You know, so it was those little things to have to figure out and get over.
And do you think that you went and you drank to get you that, like, you know, strength to keep going? Because I see a lot of DJs that do that. you know?
Drink?
Yeah. And then they get caught up in that
I think
routine.
for me, the drinking part came into it because when I first started getting into the clubs to DJing, I was underage. I mean, I was 18, 19.
Yeah, we were 18, 19
Yeah,
years old.
you know, you're putting liquor in front of my face at an 18-year-old. Back then, it was like,
I think I was one
absolutely.
of those. I was one of those guys that was like, here.
you know, so it was like, absolutely, I'm going to do it. So I think at first the drinking was just like party. Let's get drunk because that's what we're supposed to do, you know? As I got older and more into it, the drinking became fun, but also
In control.
in control. And then I started learning more, you know, to not so much drink because I want to drink and party. It's kind of, you don't want to get drunk, obviously, but you want to be somewhere in the level of your clientele.
Yeah. 'Cause then you
know,
feel the music a
You're
little bit more.
with them because, like, you're in a room, everybody's pissed drunk, high, doing drugs, whatever they're doing. You're sober as a mouse. Yeah, that's cool, but you're kind of like disconnected from what that's just how I see it.
No, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
some people see it different.
It all
for
depends
me,
on the vibe.
For me, it's like you kind of want to kind of be, social. I want to kind of be, I don't want to be drunk, but hey, I'm going to have a drink or two. So I'm kind of like buzzed and feeling the same level you're feeling when that bass hits. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, plus also, you have clients that come, hey, I want to do a shot with you. You know, you got to.
Yeah. Nah, Effect used to be like, yeah.
Tequila time. Yeah. Oh, that's a DJ's
And
go-to.
I remember looking at him like, why don't you just give it to me? I was like, because Effect didn't drink that much. He didn't like it at the time.
Yeah.
He would drink a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah, because you want to be focused, you know.
Exactly.
So
how did you learn that? From seeing other people do it, or you just yourself again, like you adjusted your
couple bad nights.
couple bad nights.
Couple nights, you know, where you're waking up in the back alley drunk, and you're like, where am I? You know,
wow.
Or you're telling the next night you're telling the manager of the club like, nah, screw you, like, you know, I run the club, I'm the owner of the club, I tell you what to do.
And you don't remember, you blacked out.
And you don't remember nothing. And then they're telling you about this the next day, showing you the video, and everyone's laughing. You're kind of like,
oh, okay, I gotta settle
if I
down.
want to be taken professionally, I can't ever be looking like that.
Exactly.
Ever.
You gotta take your career and your integrity seriously.
Right. Because it's a fun job, but it's a job.
Yeah, but that's why I asked, because not that many DJs make it.
Right.
So I'm sure DJs are gonna watch this podcast and be like observant. You know? And then if they learn from the mistakes you made,
right,
they get to develop faster and be a better person.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So take us to those days in South Beach and the Grove. Like, how did you grow as a person from there? Because you experienced loss at a young age, so you kind of like grew faster than other kids did.
Right.
You played sports, so you were in the mix.
Yeah.
And then you got into the music, brought that energy in there, and then you just kept building and building. And then I remember going to parties and be like, yo, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just kept getting bigger and bigger. I was like, that's nice. And then I heard you on the 99 Jamz.
Yep.
I heard you on a couple radio stations.
Yeah.
So take us there. How did you push yourself through to get to those levels?
Pure desire.
Okay.
That dream as a kid, like, you know, literally like having those midday dreams where you just black out and you're just dreaming and seeing yourself like at a certain level.
Okay, so you manifested it.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. I think almost
practice
every...
that? You manifest? You practice it?
I don't practice it. It's just kind of just something I just
did.
Yeah, just started doing. You know
Okay.
what I mean? It's not something that I sit and like say, okay, I'm gonna start manifesting this now. You know, like it's just one of those things where it was just naturally happening. I just kept seeing myself. All right, I see myself on a big stage with the microphone, artist next to me. Boom. Before I know it, I'm touring with Flo in the biggest stages in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a lot of just unconsciously manifesting it.
Did you did you recognize it while it was happening? Like you're like on the stage, you're like, holy shit. I'm like Flo Rida's there. I'm here.
There
1,000,
was
2,000,
those
3,000
small
people.
moments, but sometimes it was so surreal that it wasn't until I would go back, like even nowadays, I'll go back and look at a video or a photo and be like, damn, that really happened. Like that, I was really doing that. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I really lived what I told myself at 16 that I was gonna do.
Wow. And is it true that it goes quick?
Absolutely.
That it's like 45 minutes set and it feels like 2 minutes?
It feels like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It feels like that. You feel like, are we done? Like, yeah, I'm tired and sweaty, but we're not done yet. We still got more, right?
And you're like, no, you got to get off. Your time is up.
Yep.
Nice. So take us to one of those big, huge events. Which one was one of the biggest ones that you're like,
oh, man. I mean, there was so many with Flo Rida. He's such a big artist, inspirational around the world.
Worldwide.
You know? But the one, and I don't want to sound biased because I'm half Brazilian, but the one that always sticks to me is we were in Brazil, and we basically did a tour around all through just running the whole border around Brazil.
What?
And I forget what city it was. We went to a city, and they had their own version of like a EDC Ultra Fest.
Okay.
But it was more, instead of DJs, it was a lot more like artists.
Okay.
And I would be downplaying it if I said there was 500,000 people there.
Holy So it was a sea of people.
It was just, and I have a video, like, back then we didn't even have GoPros.
What year was this?
But this was in like 20, 2009, 2010, around there.
So you were like, you were like 26, 27?
Around there, yeah.
26, 27-year-old in Brazil, 500,000
Yeah,
people?
you know, so it was one of those,
Wow.
what's going on? Like when I
Yeah.
came, because a lot of the, you know, the way it would happen was a lot of times I would come out and I would start DJing a little bit, hype up the crowd.
Yeah.
And then I would stop the music, come around, do a big intro, go back, play a song, and Flo would come running out.
All right.
And I just remember there was this long tunnel from the backstage to get to the stage. And you could just hear people screaming. And you couldn't understand it because the tunnel, you're not seeing way out there.
It's muffled, yeah.
Man, when I got to the end of the tunnel and looked out, I think my heart dropped to my toes.
Wow.
It was just one of those, you better not mess up. You know, like, you better be perfect today because there's that many people here. It was insane.
There's that many people partying. I don't think anybody would have noticed.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're in those festivals, at least when I am, I'm like, I hear the music, but I can't hear any little mix of it.
Yeah.
Like I always hear the artist is like, hold up, bring it back, yo.
Right.
And then you just play it off. You know?
Well, yeah, you gotta be pro and play it off if you ever have a problem. So
damn. So from there, what else did you do that was like in that same kind of level? A lot.
I mean, we've done a lot, you know, a lot of touring. I've just done a lot of touring. I've been on a lot of, with Flo, I had a lot of chances to do a lot of things, be on TV shows.
Yeah.
You know, experience a lot of countries.
Nice.
So from there, it was like, what experience could you get after that that's kind of better than that? You know, you're like, I've met a lot of celebrities, stuff like that, but what experience can you get better than, like, I've been around the world doing what I love to do.
Wow.
In front of thousands and thousands of people, like, that are just cheering. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. You really feel like one of those pop star moments.
Yeah.
You know?
So do you feel that you accomplished your task at hand, that you wanted to be the famous big DJ? Or you still got more to go?
I feel like in anybody's case, there's always a lot more to go. You know?
Message.
Yeah, like you can. I mean, Khaled is a prime example. There's no, I hit the roof. Like, nah, okay, I got to this point, but now I got to get to this point.
Yeah, but I don't think he got to that point DJing.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, DJing played a big part for him.
Yeah, he
know.
put him on because I remember going to the reggae parties and and where was it, Key Biscayne that he was doing it?
Yeah, he would do it, Key Biscayne. He would do it.
I remember Cameo.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Right.
But then when he started being producer, that's when he started blowing up.
Yeah. That's what really put him.
Exactly.
And then when he got on Snapchat and started doing that whole thing, that's when he really became like
a household name.
Yeah, you know.
I was always like, this guy lost it, but I understand what he's doing.
But if you know Khaled personally, like, that's really him 24 hours a day, bro.
It's like DMX. People think it's like,
DMX
it's
like behind closed doors in a room like that, just having a conversation, like, that's him. There's no chill button.
So what's next, man? What's coming up?
You know, so I've always been wanting to get into the producing and being on that side of the circle in music.
Okay.
So I've been working a lot at that. I mean, I've always touched in production.
Okay.
But now, like, I'm at that point where I'm really submitting tracks out.
Okay.
I'm really, like, taking artist submissions to see if there's someone worth putting under my wing.
Yeah,
and,
you got a network, so you got.
Yeah. So I see that's really where I'm trying to go, because I feel like I've done the radio thing for over 20 years. And though I was still, you know, after leaving Jamz, I might still be willing to go back to radio. Radio's changing, you know.
Yeah, I saw you. You posted something.
Oh, yeah.
You were on like a rant. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I gotta know what's
you
this.
got to catch me in my moments. But, yeah, like, you know.
What was that all about, man?
So, I mean, listen. Okay, so the disclaimer is, you know, I would never give up my career I've had at Jamz. I wouldn't, you
wouldn't trade that.
I wouldn't trade it. Like, I don't look back and regret a moment.
Okay.
I think Jamz started making wrong decisions.
They get a new creative director or something?
They moved a lot of people into different positions and got new people into different positions. And I think just they started making money decisions.
Payola thing or what?
Not so much payola, more like what's going to bring revenue and not thinking about the longevity of the brand.
Got it.
So I think they made these haste decisions and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
And now you're treading water trying to stay afloat. You know what I mean? And my parting ways was just I didn't see the eye to eye with leadership, the new leadership.
Yeah, you had to make a move.
And we just didn't get eye to eye. And I mean, look, truth be told, I didn't resign. My contract was not renewed. Truth of it is, if you ever work for a company, don't go to HR. HR is not for you. HR, human resources, is company resources.
They just make it feel like
they make you feel. So, long story short,
yeah, I mean, they're hired by the company.
You know, let them tell it certain reasons why my contract wasn't renewed.
Got it.
Let the facts tell it. I went to HR about a situation.
Okay.
And next thing I know, hey, we're not going to renew your contract. Thanks for working for us.
But you did the right thing, though.
Oh, I stand by what I did.
Yeah,
I stand by what I did. And listen, not for nothing, but the day that I was off the air, the day the numbers went downhill. So, you know.
I remember passing the radio station, 99 Jazz, and listening. I'm like, this is whack. And
yeah.
And then it used to be the one that you would have on the first or second
yeah.
that you programmed.
Even I would get in a rental car. It was always on 99 Jams.
Exactly.
Renting a car to take the family to Disney. Oh, it's already on 99 Jams. I don't got to do nothing.
No
you know
more.
what I mean?
No,
now
no
it's
more.
like, nah, Power 96. Or,
So what do you think is happening to the radio stations and music in general?
I
You've
think,
been in that world.
So, I mean, this is radio in general. This is not just like talking Jams. This is radio in general. I think a lot of these hedge fund companies, these big companies, are owning these broad, you know,
corporate brand,
right? You know, they're coming out and they're buying. Okay, so like let's say, you know, 103.5 The Beat is owned by Clear Channel, and such hedge fund wants to come buy Clear Channel because they just want to buy into radio. So now they own all the radio stations
and they control the program.
They control it.
Got it.
Now a lot of these people that are buying into it, they don't know radio. And especially, you know, these are old white men in these corporate offices. I hate to say the stigma.
It is what it is,
but it
man.
is what it is. It's the truth.
And this is like urban music.
Right. And they're putting their people into positions. You know what I mean? So
because they probably own the record labels or they own the artists.
You know, so you have a station that claims they're a heritage station in a market, for a Latin station or for a urban station, whatever be the case, but you're putting a 60, 65-year-old white dude that
make the decision.
The most hip hop he knows is, oh, I know Biggie's Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac.
Or my son likes this artist. Yeah.
But not even that.
Not even that.
Not even that. So you're like, well, how are you telling me that grew up in this industry, in this market, how they want it, what they want to hear, what they want to be told, what the listeners want, because you're not in that world at all. But they're making all those. They're making all those power decisions. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that has to do with the whole payola thing.
Man. Yeah. I mean, payola has a big part of it.
It has to be.
Payola's always been a part of radio.
Yeah, but back in the days, there was actual, like, okay, this is a good record.
Right.
See,
that's the problem.
It's just that record's better, but okay, let's play it. Because,
and now it's like, it's just like you said, like, you know, music playing a part of it.
Exactly.
Well, in the urban community, and I stand by hip hop.
Yes.
Right now, what we're getting is not what's going to keep radio listeners. The type of hip hop. You're not getting hip hop. You're getting hip hop like
through algorithm. You think?
Through algorithm. Because I was going to say, you're getting it through TikTok. And even that, like, you'll have, like, these old white guys that are running a radio station come and say, oh, you know, this song is charting #1 on TikTok. Cool, but that's a 10-second clip on TikTok that people are using for content.
Yeah.
That's not because they want to hear this song on the radio on their way to work or after dropping off their kid at 6 in the morning in traffic.
You know why that happens? So the other day I was cutting hair of a really famous influencer. And I was asking him, like, how'd you get started? You know, the whole just talking shit while I cut his hair. And he explained to me that he's like, man, I just follow the algorithm. And I was like, how do you do that? It's like, well, for example, like, say, I don't know, a new artist's song is blowing up. I just add it to my TikTok feed with my story. And I'm like, yeah, but what if the music sucks? He's like, bro, I just turned on the volume.
Right.
The algorithm can't tell if the volume is on or off.
Yeah.
But it could tell that you plugged that song in
Exactly.
there, so it pushes you to the front of the algorithm.
Exactly.
And he's like, that's a hack. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So he does things in that nature.
That's crazy.
I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I get it. And then I practiced it, and I was like, yo, it works.
It works. Right.
Yeah, I put some song that was like top trending.
Yeah.
And I just lowered the volume. I posted the story, and then I started getting followers. I'm like, yo, what the hell?
That's
crazy.
insane.
It's insane, right?
That's insane.
So the way I understand it is the algorithm is like a line.
Right.
There's ways to skip the line.
Yeah.
And get to the top.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's what music is. I mean,
music
when you
has
talk
never
about
been
payola, that's the way to skip the line. You know what I mean?
But the thing is that music to me has always been a feeling.
Right.
It's
and
never
that's
been
the
an
thing.
algorithm.
Music to me, I was talking to my girl about this the other day. Music to me doesn't have feeling now. At least hip hop music.
Well, the feeling sucks.
The feeling sucks. 10 years ago, if you were going to the club, even if it was like Mobb Deep, Nori,
You'll hear it
or
everywhere.
DMX, and it was like harsh grunge hip hop, it gave you like a happy dance feeling. You hear music now, it's so like dark and like slow and just, I just want to shrivel and die.
And if you put something that's hype, people don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do anymore.
And if they do something, I experienced this the other day when I went out with friends that I was like, I got to get out of here.
Right.
The song came on, and I got up, and I'm like, oh, and I look around, and everybody's doing this. Look.
Yeah.
And then nobody's dancing. I'm
Nobody.
looking around, and I'm like, yo, why are you filming yourself on this song?
Right.
Like, to me, it was foreign. I was
It's
like,
just weird, man.
it was weird. And then if girls do dance, they dance by themselves. And they just twerk. Like,
Yeah, that's all I get from girls now. Play a song I could twerk to.
And I'm like, what?
What do you
I'm like,
mean?
dude, I
Like-
remember when you would actually dance. It was
Right.
Like, I remember since middle school, the little dances in the cafeteria. I don't know how they let us do that. We're booty dancing with the girls. You remember those days?
Yeah, of course.
It's like, now you look at these dances, nobody doing nothing. They're just filming each other,
Yeah.
trying to get
Holding
the,
up a bottle,
the
I
likes.
look cool, you know?
Bottles that are not even good. It's
Right.
crazy. That's
Right.
another thing. We experienced the bottle service era. That was nuts.
Yeah.
I remember when that started happening, I was like, holy shit, this is nuts. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, how much you want for that bottle?
That's insane. I turn away people that want to come out. I'm like, don't bother, man. You're going to come out and spend, you want to come out and get a bottle, you're going to spend 10 grand to get a nice table next to the DJ booth and get a crappy bottle. And then if someone comes in and spends 11 grand, they're moving you.
Yeah.
They're booting you to the worst table in the room, and you're going to have the worst night of your life.
That's crazy.
So why are you going to do that? I all the time, hey, where you at tonight? Man, don't worry. Don't worry. If you ain't coming just to dance, don't even bother.
So
know what I
you
mean?
being a triple OG in the gang, where do you see the Miami nightlife and the club life and the whole thing going? Or you think it's going to die out?
If something doesn't drastically change, it's dead. Because it's dead in the water right now.
Yeah,
and this
like
is
I
a
said.
conversation. I mean, you ask 90% of like the top tier DJs right now, they're telling you the same thing. They're like, man, like it's
The magic's
stale.
gone, man.
It's gone.
The feeling is gone.
It's either you're getting offered peanuts to DJ, you got some influencer DJ that wants to come DJ that they're gonna hire instead, or just everything is shutting down because of the way the prices in Miami.
It's
You know what
shutting
I mean?
down, but
Look at Wynwood. Wynwood is
Yeah, but they changed that from industrial to residential.
completely, but that's what they're doing everywhere. South Beach, they're trying to get rid of nightlife. They keep
did,
pushing
dude.
for that.
I went to that. Was that hotel?
They got like 3 nightclubs still open.
Strawberry Moon. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
And I was at the pool party, and the music is like super low, and I'm looking around, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like I remember back in the days, pool parties was live.
Cranking. Everybody's coming upstairs to see what's
People,
going on.
and now like people are just there. I'm like, this is whack.
Yeah.
And I even asked the promoter. I was like, yo, what's going on? It's like, bro, we can't put the music. It's noise ordinance. I'm like, dude, it's 1 p.m. Like,
Yeah, it's background music. That's what they're allowed now. Background music.
Nuts.
It's insane, bro.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I think Miami got pushed so much into being this like, you know, we're gonna be this new digital city and this, that, and the third, and doing all these things and becoming like what was his name? The mayor was like, oh, I want all the richest New Yorkers to come here. Like, great, but you're ruining the essence of what Miami is. Like, people came to Miami to party. You can't go to South Beach now because you can't party. You're gonna get arrested. Spring break is dead. You know what I mean? Like all these things. And
Memorial
I get it.
Day
It gets out of
weekend is dead.
Memorial Week. Oh man, don't get me started. Memorial Weekend in the early 2000s.
The Marlin Bar. You remember the Marlin?
Bro, insane. Like Memorial Weekend in the 2000s, y'all. You could walk down the street and Outkast is walking by. There's vans driving by, street teams throwing out promo stuff. Like
Yeah,
it was a
fun.
different, man, it was so much fun. Now it's like, I get it. It's more family oriented and that's great. But it's taken away what Miami has always been and what brought so many people to want to come here, you know?
I bet the people with the money are the ones that are running the city now.
Yeah.
And I think they want that. They want like a very quiet.
That's what they want.
Luxury.
They want this to be like how they used to say, like, you know, Boca and all that was like the retirement for.
Yeah, now they're flipping it.
They're making like all of South Florida is supposed to be like a beautiful tropical retirement oasis. You know what I mean? Come here and just enjoy the life. Don't come here and stir nothing up. You know.
I mean, I think the Belly guys are doing the party up north. They're doing like a 90s hip hop party.
Yeah.
And I was at the Crazy Hood party the other day, and I met with one of them. And they were telling me, yeah, come on, man, we're getting a lot of people. And I'm like, damn. And it made me think of you and Effect and everybody. I was like, damn, we did this like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are trying to make it work again. But
right.
I don't know, man. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I think it's tough, man.
Even though underground is probably going to spring back up, man. Because you got artists that are doing their underground thing. You know?
Right. And that's another thing, you know, is it comes down to what are people interested in doing now? And it seems like people don't want to go to a nightclub. They want to go to, instead of going to a nightclub and spend money, I'll go out to dinner, go to a bar.
And then it turns into a party.
Yeah, or I'll save up and go to a festival that's coming.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care to go to the nightclub. Like,
yeah, 'cause you're spending like a fraction of what you would spend at a club, and you're having way more fun.
Absolutely.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for instance, what was it that I went? I think I went to the Mandarin or something like that, or I forgot where I went to go eat. Then all of a sudden, it just turned into a crazy party. Like,
right.
And I'm there eating, trying to have a conversation. And it's like, and I'm like, yo.
Well, that's also the thing now is dinner restaurants that turn into like
that's
parties.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this defies all that I know. Like, if
right.
I want to eat, talk to my friends,
and go
get
home,
a little tipsy,
right.
and then go party if we want to.
Yeah.
Go home. Now it's like they're forcing it on you.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That's the thing.
And where was it? Also, Poppy Steak.
Oh God.
I went there. The funny thing, is that I'm looking and I'm like, yo, let me get the what is it called?
The big T-bone with the
it's not the T-bone or the tomahawk.
The tomahawk, yeah.
And that shit cost me bread.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it. I was just like, let me get that. And then we all eating, and then the bill came. I was like, what the? I was like, if I would have bought a bottle, I was like, yo, this is nuts.
It's crazy.
It's nuts, bro.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm doing that for the show. It's cool, but like, I don't want the show. You know,
but you know what I realized once I did it with the whole show,
Yeah.
and I started seeing another person.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And then it started popping off, and I'm like, yo, I started doing the math. I'm like, yo, this restaurant just
makes
bang.
crazy bank.
And the food's all right, you know?
Yeah, food's not, it's not bad food, but you for what you're paying, you're like, all right, cool. This is cool to come one time on a big celebration, put it on social media if you want to. You know, like I told my wife for our anniversary one day, I was like, hey, I want to take you to Poppy Steak. I want to make reservations. She's like, take me to Publix. Let's go buy 2 tomahawk steaks. You could grill them outside.
Smart woman.
She's like, forget that. She's like, I don't want the show. I know what it looks like.
She's been to the shows before. She's like,
I don't care for it. You know, and I'm like, respect.
So where do you think the scene is going? Like, what do you think is the outcome of this whole mix that's going on? New people coming from different cities. The clubs are dying. You can't even party in South Beach anymore. You can't party anywhere.
I think it's just going to be that. I think Miami's just going to be that, like, overpriced place to live.
Which it already is.
Which it already is, but I mean, it's not getting better. It's not going to get any better.
No.
You know what I mean? I think it's just going to stay that as overcrowded, and it's just like for the scene, it's like, okay, during the day we're going on a yacht, and at night we might go to a nice dinner, Poppy Steak. Like that's the scene. Like that's what it is. We're not going to a nightclub. Like,
so how do you think that's going to affect the DJ life and the DJs and the residents? And
I mean, it already is.
Yeah,
I could tell you so many DJs I talk to that like struggling, you know, like hurting, and it's like.
Is that pushing you towards the production because of that situation?
I mean, it's pushed me to almost let go of music completely.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
crazy.
so I have a second passion of cars, you know. So a side of me was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and try and open up a business for cars.
Okay.
Like my own West Coast customs, you know, type of thing.
That's dope.
Yeah, like, you know, because I'm like, I don't know where the scene is going. There's new DJs every day. And like I said, everybody's undercutting, and
AI.
You know, AI's in the mix now.
Let's talk about that shit.
So,
what do you think about AI?
Gift and a curse. You know,
Double
I use ChatGPT all the time for things. Not so
Correct.
much for music side of things, although it helps.
You know what AI helps me with? Empathy and my delivery. Because sometimes I'll be like, man, that shit is whack. Don't do that. And then I'll put it on ChatGPT and be like, we should find another idea. And I'm like, okay, that sounds better.
Like, like for me, like there's been times where I'm like writing to like a client, like hitting me up for a booking. And then I'm like, let me see what ChatGPT wants to edit this a little bit and give me that, you know.
But once you start using it for everything.
Right. You can't rely on that.
That's where it's
and
going.
I've learned you can't rely, because I could show you if I go back in my ChatGPT when I've tried, I'll put like a song I produced, a beat I produced. I'll put it in ChatGPT and give it a prompt like, hey, you know, analyze this track. Let me know if there's anything EQ that needs to be fixed, stuff like that.
It does it?
Oh, it does all that. ChatGPT will do. ChatGPT will make a whole song for you.
Yeah, that I know.
It will tell you what key, what tempo, what notes to play at what time. It'll do everything.
Yeah, I was talking to Tev95, the producer, that he's making a lot of noise now, and he's a lot of underground sound.
Right.
We were talking about like, okay, so it's a tool.
Yeah.
But like, say for instance, like what Timberland's doing. He created a whole artist. What do you do when that artist starts winning?
So where's the what's the word is
humanity?
The humanity in a sense, but it's like, who's really getting the gain off that now?
That's what I'm saying. He says like, this is what he explained to me, and it makes sense. Like when you direct a movie, there's producers, there's directors. So you're directing people how to act.
Right.
So you're directing AI how to create.
Right. So, but in the same sense, you could like, you know, like you're telling AI, oh, create this type of emotion in a song.
Yeah.
You know, X key, X whatever note, you know. Cool. ChatGPT is returning you a lyric. So is OpenAI on that publishing now?
That's what I was asking him.
You know?
So I think the industry is going to shift, and I think what's going to happen is that they're going to control the artist, which is what they want to do.
Right.
And they control already the algorithm. So they're just going to feed us
whatever
they think.
And if you don't want it anymore, you kill it off. Hey,
you turn it off.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. Or it alters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not that many artists could go from different genres, you know?
I mean, it's fearful. It's scary.
Weird.
It's scary.
It's weird because, like I said, feeling.
Yeah.
Go off on a feeling. Like when I would hear a song, I'm like, damn, what is that? It makes you change your mood and makes you realize, like, damn, you know what? Things are not that bad.
Right. And it's going so far, like, you know, you got the Sora app on your phone. You upload the song, You got a image of a person. You just created a person that someone is gonna idolize.
Yeah, but we can't relate. That's what I was about to say. Can't relate. You know what I'm saying?
But the problem is you can't relate, right? But we're saying that as an adult.
Correct.
Now you tell my 8-year-old daughter she can't relate to that. She's gonna say, why not?
That's up to us.
I'm watching it on YouTube. Why can't I relate? Because that's not a real person.
Exactly.
But I'm looking at the person just like I'm looking at Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it causes that. Where are we gonna go?
Confusion.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know, man. It's a slippery slope,
curse, man.
And then I don't know, man. I always like to be like, okay, optimistic and be like,
right.
Yeah, you know what? It might work, but then again, greed, money gets involved
always.
And then if you have the power to adjust and create what you want, it all depends on the creator.
And at the end of the day, who's feeding us that information through AI? You get what I'm saying? Like, because like I see all those, like, it's off topic of music, but you know, like you see those things people say, oh, I'm prompting AI to give me answers, yes or no answers. And if you can't say yes, say kiwi and stuff like that, right? But what it's telling you, how do you know that that's true?
That's what I told my daughter the other day.
You know?
She keeps telling me, look it up. I'm like, stop telling me that shit.
Oh, but ChatGPT, because it says kiwi when I asked if the earth is flat. So that doesn't mean the earth is flat, bruh.
But you know what it,
you know,
the way I understand it is that somebody somewhere created a website that spoke of that.
And because
and AI finds it and says, oh, here's your information.
That's the problem. It's not really intelligent. It's really just feeding off
whatever's online.
Whatever's online.
Which is scary because everything's online.
Exactly.
And we don't know it because we're like, I'm guessing, you know, you just look up normal shit.
Yeah.
But there's people that look up some crazy shit.
Exactly.
Or make crazy websites and people join and it becomes nuts.
Yeah. I mean, you see it.
Look at OnlyFans.
Yeah.
When I found out about, it was like, when I found out about YouTube, I was like, damn. Right. When I found out about OnlyFans, I was like, really?
Yeah.
Who knows what's coming up next, bro?
Yeah, when I realized, because I would always hear OnlyFans at first, I'm like, what is that? And then when I realized what OnlyFans was, I was like,
shit, like Uber, different. When they told me what Uber was, like, what
I
was like, so you get into a person's car? Yeah. Who the hell is this person? No, she just drives.
Just some person?
I started thinking, like, that's kind of weird, yo. And they're like, no, man, you just go to the app and then it comes gets you. I was like, what? Like, it took me a second to like, okay, all right, we'll see what it is.
We'll see where it goes. But then you see, like, oh, shit, maybe I should have got into that, you know?
So, so what do you think? Do you think that it's going to change the game for sure?
AI?
Yeah. I mean, it is already, but
I think it's changing the game in a lot of ways because, again, it's people are accessing it for help, like to be able to do these things. Someone is going on AI tonight. A DJ is going on AI saying, "Hey, I'm getting booked for a wedding. I need a whole set list," and it's giving you a whole set list of songs.
Have
and
you
can prompt
that
it
before or no?
I've tried it. You know, I've tried to see what happens. Like,
is it accurate? Is it accurate?
To an extent. Like, it's accurate. I wouldn't say it's accurate because it's, again, AI is not going off. If you're going off DJing for a crowd, if you're DJing a radio or something cool or a mix online, cool.
A crowd, yeah, like you said earlier.
If you're in front of a crowd, you got to have that feeling.
Correct.
And you're just going off the set list. This is why I've always, even before AI, I've always hated DJs that come with a pre-prepared set because
you're not going with the vibe.
You're not going with the vibe. And 2-3 songs in, if it's not working,
you're
stuck because you're like, okay, all I know is this set I practiced.
Or you played the song at the wrong time.
Right. You know what I mean? So I feel like AI doesn't have that. So that's where we kind of have the win over AI. But at the end of the day, everybody's still going to go to it. Like I said, a producer could go. Timbaland can go, create a whole artist, sign his own artist, and become a millionaire all over again.
But Timbaland, I think he paid his dues. He did what he had to do.
Well, yeah,
he
but
added to the culture.
I mean, I'm saying Timbaland because he did it, right?
Correct.
But I'm saying anybody can do it. Like, you know.
My son did it.
Yeah, your son can
is
go
like,
tonight.
I made a song, Dad. I'm like, let me hear it. And it was good.
Son, and he can prompt AI to do everything, and he doesn't even ever have to lift a finger.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. It's crazy what he did. He just said, oh, I like Eminem flow, and he started putting keywords.
Right.
That's the keywords.
That's what it is.
And then he played it for me, and I was like, yo, you produced this? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, how? He's like, AI. I was like,
That's you don't even have to touch equipment no more. You
I
know
was
what
like,
mean?
dude, I honestly thought he got like some type of program and he started like doing the beat. Nah, he just
and the thing is,
keywords.
like you said, keywords. The younger generation knows keywords. They know how to prompt things like to get what they want. You know what I mean?
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
So what advice do you have for actual DJs that want to continue the culture and really give the feeling of what we're talking about? What advice do you give those guys?
Don't give up. Don't ever get discouraged. Even, I mean, me, the Khaled's, any DJ you could ever see, you know, James Hype, David Guetta, you know, all these DJs have had their downs. They've had moments where, I mean, Guetta was a hip-hop DJ before he became popular.
Yeah, I remember that.
He told the story to me in Flo. And he was in France. He was a hip-hop DJ. It didn't work out anymore.
Switched.
Started doing electric music and through the roof. Look at him now.
Yeah.
$1 million a show.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
$1 million for an hour set, damn near. He can get. You know what I
So
mean?
he pivoted.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, you know, don't let those moments, a bad crowd or a bad mix or it's not working right now or you're not getting that booking you wanted to get. Don't let it discourage you, man. Keep pushing. If it's something you really want to do it. I also like to say to a lot of DJs a lot of times is make sure you're doing it for the right reason.
Yes.
Because I see
message.
I see a lot now. It's for the look, for the girls,
For the likes.
we did it back then for the girls and for the fun and the look and all that.
No, but that was an add-on.
That was the add-on.
You do the. I remember we used to go
Right.
party, and then that was just add.
That was the add-on. The glitz and glamour, nice cars. If I'm able to afford a nice watch, a nice thing. Yeah, but bro, I didn't get my first Rolex till 3-4 years ago. My first bust down Rolex, my first real like diamond watch. You know what I mean? And it was because I said, you know what? You've gone over 20 years. You deserve to give yourself this now. You know what I mean?
Sense.
But don't look for that instant gratification.
Which is what we were talking about. Which
Yeah.
is the
Don't
slippery
look
slope,
for it.
man.
Yeah, it's take your time, practice your craft, and respect the craft. Because I hear so many of these young DJs, these older DJs need to give it up, and that turntables and vinyl, it's whack, and scratching is whack, and do, and I'm a USB stick DJ, and cool, you're a DJ, respect, but have respect for what we did.
Yeah, the foundation.
Because if all of us weren't doing what we did,
you wouldn't have what you have now.
it wouldn't be that right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And if you got to take it serious, if you want to be a football player, you really.
Yeah, you got to know the history of the
Yeah,
game.
you know, you really want to know the game.
Correct.
You're not going to go there and I don't know what a offsides is.
Yeah, I got
you. know what I mean? You want to know the history.
You're fast. You could catch, but
You don't got to do it. You don't got to be great at it, but respect it.
correct.
You know what I mean? Respect the legends that came before you, the Rock Raiders, the Grandmaster Flashes.
Pay homage. Correct.
Pay homage to these guys because they're the reason that this is what it is. DJing became what it is. You know?
If not, AI's going to take over like everything else.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, Entice, we're getting to the end of the interview. I always like to ask a few questions, and I want you to just what comes to mind or your opinion on the question or the subject.
Like one-word answers or just quick, just
Whatever comes to mind.
Gotcha.
Brother. You seen the movie Bronx Tale?
yeah, absolutely.
You know when he asks, do you rather be loved or feared? What do you think about that?
Instantly I would say loved, right? Because we all look for admiration out of people. You want people to like you. It's just a natural thing as a human being. You know, you want to be liked. Now, I think for me, I don't think there's a one or the other. I think you have to find that happy medium where everyone loves you, but that same person that loves you knows don't F with that guy. Don't cross Entice because it might be the end of you. Not in that sense, but like
Not anymore.
You know, right?
Bring out a gun in the middle of a set. Yeah, I remember those days. Yo, now that you're producing,
Yeah.
do you find yourself liking to create from scratch, or do you search for like maybe compare or an inspiration from something?
I think you always want to look a little bit to compare, in the sense where I don't want people to take that and say compare yourself, because you should never compare yourself to anybody else.
Message.
Never, because two people are ever going through the same exact thing.
Correct.
Ever. So in that sense, no. But I might say, like, okay, you know, I know that this range of like music is what it is right now. Let me listen to my song that's kind of in the same tempo, or I'm trying to do a beat for Drake. Let me listen to 3 Drake records.
And then bring your own.
And kind of compare mine with that one and be like, does this match from here? Does this match Drake's level?
All right.
You know?
Knowing or understanding? What do you like best?
Understanding.
Why is that?
Because it's easy for someone to say they know something. I could say, I know how to change a tire, or I know there's something wrong with my car. Do you understand what's wrong with your car? Or I can know, what 10 divided by 2 is. Do you understand how to get there?
It had to be taught. Yeah, somebody had to know.
Right.
Yeah,
Got
it. Wealth or riches?
Wealth.
Yeah.
Wealth. I feel like riches is the quick money thing. I think wealth really comes in so many more things than just money.
Correct. Perception or reality?
When it comes to true life, reality is always best. Okay. When it comes to something like what I do for like a living, it's all about perception.
Nice.
Nobody cares what is going on at my house. They care about what am I doing in my, like, as DJ Entice.
Correct.
All
right. Joy or happiness?
I mean, to me, it's almost, you got to have both.
Yeah.
You got to have both. You got to find, because it's almost like the same thing in a sense, but different, but you got to find joy in everything, and you got to find happiness in whatever you do, you know.
Joy to me is like a
it's the moment. It's the moment. Like, I'm enjoying this moment.
Yeah.
Are you happy after that moment?
Or are you happy during it? Exactly.
Yeah.
And then power of choice. What do you think about that term?
Power of choice. I think, do we have it?
I don't know, man.
That's the question.
As AI.
Do you have power of choice,
I mean, you do have the power to choose.
In a sense, but...
Like, for instance, I'm sure there's some time in your life that you've had to make a choice. And
right.
that choice now, looking back, it's like, damn, I'm happy I made that.
Right.
But there's some people that don't.
Yeah, because perfect example, football or DJ.
Exactly, a decision.
Right.
And you made the choice. There's a lot of people that don't make their own choice because they don't have a knowledge of self.
Yeah.
They allow outside forces or outside opinions to dictate their choice.
Right.
So I always tell people there's a power in choice. Like, you got to keep that power.
Yeah.
All right. The other term, good problems. You believe in that term?
In good problems? To me, when you say good problems, I think more money, more problems. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's good problems, but I feel like good problems it works well for people that like to be a problem solver.
Okay.
Critical thinking skills. There's always good problems. There's, hey, I just got booked a $5,000 gig, but I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Damn.
It's a good problem. I'm making $5,000, but I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks because I'm going to be out of the country. You know what I mean?
Correct. All right. Pain versus suffering.
Which would I rather? Or I would take pain over suffering.
Yeah.
I think suffering, I feel, is more long-term.
And it's a choice.
Yeah.
Suffering, you could suffer if you don't decide or choose.
Right.
To like, man, forget that shit.
Right.
But if you stay dwelling in that feeling, you're going to suffer, man.
Yeah.
So, for sure, pain all day. Logic or intuition?
I think for me, it's always been intuition.
Nice.
Always been intuition.
Yeah, knowledge of self. That little feeling.
Right.
Your body, your temple is a very well-constructed instrument
Yeah.
in this world, and it tells you all the time you're hungry, you're sleepy, you're tired.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it tells you.
And
You
I
get-
think my intuition has played me well.
nice. Yeah, because you listen to it. Some people are like afraid.
You can't fight it.
Dude.
You can't fight that gut feeling is there for a reason.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. That's exactly what the question is about.
Yeah.
Okay, intelligence versus experience.
I think there's a happy medium, but
Which one do you value more?
I value experience more.
Hell yeah.
I value experience.
Because with it, you gain intelligence.
Gain wisdom out of that.
But then again, there's the other side, which is like, if I tell you, yo, watch out, don't go there, you're going to get hurt. And you still go.
Right.
You weren't that smart because you got told. Like, I try to tell my kids that. I'm like, dude, if I'm telling you this, is because I've been your age.
I've been there. Yeah.
I've done it. Like, I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Oh, okay. And then they still do it. And I'm like, I told you.
Right.
Damn. All right. Discipline or self-respect?
Self-respect. I mean, it's hard because you got to have discipline in anything you do.
Correct.
But if you don't respect yourself, nobody else ever will. It's just like if you don't love yourself, you'll never find someone to love you.
Correct. One of the guests said that you need discipline to have self-respect.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, okay, that's a good one.
That's why it's hard to, you know.
Yeah, to gauge it.
To take one, you know what I mean? Because you got to have both.
Yeah, trust me. I thought about these questions.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, that's a good question. All right. You like listening to people's dreams or you like to listen to people's stories, like of their day-to-day?
Dreams.
Dreams, right?
Yes.
They're wild.
I think it's, you know, a story is just a story. It's happened to you. That's cool, you know. But what are your dreams? Like,
Correct.
What are you thinking? What's happening unconsciously?
Correct.
You know.
Yeah, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're racing against time?
Now I do.
Why is that?
You start seeing the age creep up on you. You start realizing, okay, you know. I think age is just a number, but at the same time, when we go back to that whole perception thing,
You know that there's not that much road left.
there's not that much road left. You can't be 60 years old and be like, I still want to be DJing for 20-year-olds in the nightclub. Like, you're not going to connect the same. You know what I mean? So in that sense, like, you're racing against that time to get to where you absolutely want to say, that's it for me,
Yeah.
you know, before it's.
So with that in thought, what would you tell, if you could go back in time and talk to yourself, what would you tell yourself back, 20-year-old Entice? What would you tell him?
Focus more on your branding.
Branding. Message. Why is that?
Again, perception is so much of this game, you know, and if your branding isn't right, if people ain't seeing you, if you don't look the part, play the part, talk the part, act the part, it's not going to work.
Yeah, does it make
They're not going to believe you.
doesn't take it to the next level?
Yeah, you're not going to get there. You know, who's going to even know you're there if you're not branding yourself?
Correct.
You know?
Especially now, it's so easy.
Right.
You don't really need to think it through. You just got to have keywords.
Exactly.
All right, and to finish it off, what's your favorite day in your life?
Favorite day?
In your life.
Like on a regular day or like something that's passed?
Whatever comes to mind.
The day I got the call to get on the 99 Jamz.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You were hyped.
I was hyped. I think my family was hyped.
Everybody was hyped.
And my father finally believed.
That you did it.
Like, he was like, okay.
Yeah, because he didn't go to the clubs, right? He didn't see it.
Nah, my dad was older, you know what I mean? Like, by
Yeah.
the time I was in the clubs, he was already too old to go to the nightclubs and, you know, stricken by. Yeah, so it wasn't for him, but he did get to catch me a couple times performing with Flo.
Okay.
And man, God bless my father. He was my number one fan when I was on the radio. Like, he would text me, like,
Good set.
I'm listening. I love it. And he doesn't know what the hell I'm playing because he doesn't.
Yeah,
know
he just
hip-hop.
knows. I bet you he tells, that's my
Right.
son.
Yeah,
That's my son.
Man, if the UPS driver was driving off vinyl, like dropping off something at the house. He's like, my son is DJ Entice.
Yeah, man.
Go to
That's pride.
Publix.
He
Hey,
got
my son
pride.
is DJ Entice. My son is DJ Entice.
That's
so
awesome, bro.
I think that would be, it just that day because it changed all that.
I always like to tell people, favorite day is tomorrow.
Yeah,
Think in those terms, and you'll never have a bad day.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That one I had to tell myself a couple of times because I'm like,
Damn, I have to keep that one as like a mantra. Like,
yeah, dude, tell your kid, like, yo, your favorite day in your life is going to be tomorrow. Make sure you make it good.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you set the day and you have
set
your
that tone
goals.
for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's sticking with me.
Nice.
Message.
All right, Entice, tell everybody where they can find you, what's coming up next, and handles and the whole nine.
Man, you know where to find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything. DJ Entice. It's spelled Entice because a lot of people spell it different. With a Y, they spell it the whole in sync way. Like, but I'm on everything. SoundCloud, Apple Music. I got mixes on Apple Music, so you could go to Apple Music, search DJ Entice, find my mixes on there.
Nice.
I'm all over social media. Nightlife wise, you ain't gonna find me much places because they ain't got the check for your boy. And if the bag ain't right, I ain't doing it. But if you on my social media, wherever I'm at, you will see it.
Nice.
As far as radio, I might have some announcements coming soon.
Nice.
Some new things, if I
Something in
decide.
the works.
Yeah, there's offers on the table, so I'm kind of trying to see what's the best option and if it's the right option to go back into radio. So,
Hell yeah. You let us know
stay
as soon as
tuned.
you know.
Absolutely.
Sure. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. DJ Entice, he let us know what's the deal. Remember to exercise your wisdom, harness the energy, live, love, and laugh. Later.
Life 305, baby.
Yes. Oh, that was dope.
Yeah, dope. Man, you got some questions, my guy.